Can you maybe just turn your mic up or something?
Is it a bit better now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I've done for you was the GoodX web is the side and your GoodX desktop is this computer. So in order to access this computer, you first need to activate WireGuard. So you'll find WireGuard down here next to all these icons. You click on Show Hidden Icons. WireGuard is this dragon. You click on it and then you click on Activate. So once it's active, it will show you this green tick with a shield.
Okay.
So once that's done, now you can access the desktop. So I've made it so that it automatically logs you in on your profile. So now this is the shortcut you use to get into the desktop itself.
Okay.
So once that opens, it will bring you up to the login. So this is your login details. Can I give you your password, or do you want me to send it to you once we're done?
You can give it to me now. No,
Okay, so your password is all lowercase letters. So it's always the first three letters of your username.
Yeah.
So it's DRR 123.
The number 123.
The number 123, yes. Then you can click on OK. Now you're in the navigator of the desktop. So your reports are under MedDevs. So you double click on MedDevs.
Okay.
Wait for it to load up. So now that it's loaded up, we want to go to print. I'm unable to click on print. This box and things in the way. Okay, wait, there we go. So you're going to click on print and then debited transaction draw down daybook.
Okay.
Click on that one. So we normally use a blank, but there is pre-set up profiles for you. But just for this one, we're going to use the blank. Then you click on edit. So in here, it already gives you all the information for the report. So I know Bonnie said you'll do it via transaction date. So you choose your transaction date and then you select your dates on the side. So we're going to go from the 1st of July to the 31st of July. So that's the entire July month. Okay. And we only want the debited turnover. So that's your transaction group. This is what you're asking the report to show you. And these are your grouping icons. So you want to group per treating doctor.
Okay.
Then you click on next. It's gonna give you this page just to confirm your dates are correct. If you're happy with your dates, you click next again. Wait for the report to generate. It takes a bit of time here because it's splitting everything up. So as you see, it gives you your credit notes for you, it gives you your credit notes for Dr. Hinge, for Dr. Solomon, Dr. Dalloway, gives you your invoices, and then if you drag this across, it gives you your totals. So to make it easier, if you click on the, what did I do? Sorry, doctor, I just made a oopsie there.
So can I do this for the daily journal that we do? Is this or is that something different?
When you say daily journal, you mean for all the things you write off?
No, daily journal is it's all the days takings divided in between practitioners and set up according to credit card, EFT, cash payments.
Yes, I will show you how that one looks. I will show you how that one looks now. So we're just gonna, so to drag your amount, you click on the amount. It must turn black, then you can move it anywhere on this column. If you move it into the gray, you're gonna group it by amount. So you wanna keep it in this white line.
Okay.
So you can drag it to bring it closer to the name.
Yeah.
And then it again. So just bring it across here. Total included. Okay. So now we want it. So now you can see your name and all your amounts that goes under your credit notes or your invoices will show you here as well. But if you want to break it down per day, I don't understand why, but all of this needs to be ticked as well because you're going to do your journals and cash books.
Okay.
Then you just click next again. Make sure your dates are correct. You click next again. So now it will give you everything according to your credit cards, your cash, EFTs. Let it just load. Then yeah. So
for the day though, so we'll just choose one day.
Oh, do you just want to work on one day?
Yeah.
Okay,
so from the first to the second. Yeah. Or a working day. Yeah.
So is this the correct date you would choose?
No, you'll go from the second to the second, I suppose, because she'll do it for the previous day. Yeah,
okay.
Second to the second. Yeah.
Second to the second. So again, you just click next and next. It will pull up your report. So this shows you everything that was done for that day. So you got a cash deposit of that amount on this day, and if you go across, it will show you who's the debitor that did the deposit. It was paid by credit card, and the person that did the process. So Demi did these things. As you go further on, it gives you all your other details, but this is not really relevant. Only if you want to see if it's medical aid or if it's private patient.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this gives you everything for the day. So it gives you your credit notes, the credit notes that were done for that day.
Yeah.
And it gives you your invoices that were processed for that day. And the deposit, if it was a cash, card, or EFT, it will say your kaartbetalings or contant or EFO. Those three will tell you which method was used to pay in the amount.
If we could speak Afrikaans, yeah. In KZN, there's no Afrikaans in KZN, eh?
Yeah, no, I get that, Doc. So the easiest, I'm also not first language Afrikaans, but I know card means card. So yeah, that's how you view per day. But I just want to take it back to the month so you can see all of it. Then we can go through it nicely. So yeah, so here you see kaartbetalings, deposit, kaartbetalings, and this was for the, okay, let's go work on doctor's name rather. So here for Dr. Houston, EFO, so deposit, EFT, it was paid. So here it will tell you all the amounts
EFTs.
that were paid on.
Okay. And that's got the patient's name somewhere further down.
Yes, so as you scroll, you'll see it will say debitor here. What you can do, if you would like to make it easier for yourself, you are able to rearrange. So you can click on debitor.
Yeah.
You can pull it across. Let's say you want to put it here by ledger.
Yeah.
Then amount. So now you can see, okay, the transaction date was on the 18th. You captured everything on the 18th. It was for Jane Naidu, and he paid this amount.
Okay, that's perfect.
And then if you go further down, it tells you here on the description, credit card, or if it's cash, it will say cash payment, EFT. All of that shows here.
Okay.
See EFT payment there on top. And as you go further down, it shows you which user did the capturing.
Okay.
That was logged into the system that did the capturing and who was the treating doctor.
Okay.
And as you go further down, it will tell you if it's a medical aid or if it's a private patient. So
And
here
if you
it breaks
print,
it down.
if you print it, how would you? I mean, surely you're not going to print all of that stuff there.
Okay, perfect. Good question, doctor. I will show you. So to be able to print this, you need to take it from the GoodX desktop and put it on your computer. So to do that, you need to export it. So you export. I always like the CSV file. It just makes it easier for when you're working in Excel.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna rename it to this one. So once you save it, now it's been exported to your desktop, but not your computer's desktop. We're still on the RTP. So you close it, and when you minimize this, so you see this is still your RTP desktop, but here's it here. So
Okay, so it's not onto my desktop then.
Yes, so from here you can
complicated,
right click, you can copy, and then here where you see the numbers 10, 30, 50, 29, next to it is a minimize button. So you click on the minimize. A good thing I always say is don't close it with the X, because if you close it, it's going to cancel the copy.
Okay.
So you must minimize first. So you minimize, and then if you have a folder anywhere on your desktop that you want to paste it in, you can just right click and paste. It will come up on here, and then from there, if you open it, excuse all the...
Yeah, that looks great.
So you can actually go ahead and delete the... It didn't split it up like it's supposed to. I wonder why. I think it was a mistake on my side.
I've got the instructions he emailed me. I've made notes too, so I have got the instructions. I'll just have to practice my data.
When you set up the order of the stuff like you did there, does it save it next time you go back? It will be in that order all the time.
It's difficult to say, Doc. We'd have to create the profile to do that. So when I say we create the profile, it will show up here where you select it.
Okay, well, let's do that, because then it's the same every time. You know. What,
Yes.
What are we gonna do?
Because if that's the thing that Den would print
Every day,
she needs to be able
Did she show you the printout that we used to do every day with Exact?
No, but I think doctor explained it to me that it shows day by day the type of transactions and things that were done.
I can show it to you quickly.
Okay, let's minimize. You can go ahead.
Let me show it to you quickly. Bonnie, how do you do it?
You go to just move this out there. Reports. Just go there. Reports, daily, journal, and just choose it. Well, there won't be anything there now, but
So
maybe choose the 31st of May. But well, I suppose we need to check.
What is yesterday?
But nothing will come up, my dog, because nothing's being charged on Exact.
Oh, I see.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe go to like Friday, the 31st of May.
Okay.
Yeah.
23.
24 you can do. But it doesn't, yeah,
Okay, 24.
and just go preview.
From provider.
Includes everything, yeah, so it includes all the providers. So just go preview, and then you'll be able to see it on the...
So this is what we
each
print every
patient
day. It's patient.
they
It's according to patient.
Yes. We would normally just do it for the whole practice, so
Yeah.
this includes everybody. But
But it's only two. It's normally only 2 pages because it's only the it's only the stuff that's been billed for
on the particular day.
on that day. So you see, this woman had exams, checkups, bite rings, whatever, paid with a credit card. The charges were 2.9. The credit was 2, so she's paid that, and the provider was USIN. You see,
I understand. Yeah.
and then it
So
just
this
goes.
is by
It's
patient.
by patient.
What was charged and
what
what
was
was
charged
paid.
and how. So the advantage of this is the credit card payments we all add it up, and we make sure it's the same
balances to
the slips that we collect in the day, and that
I understand.
balances to the cash that was taken on the day, which balances to the EFTs that were loaded.
I understand.
You see.
So we can group according to patients, so it will show up the same. The codes are, you see, our desktop gives a little bit more information in this, but it basically gives you the same thing. So let's go back. If we open up here, down to the corner. So if you go in, it should show you. So here down, if you go to your deposit only on the section here, so here's where you can view everything. So the first thing we viewed was this audit trail that goes according to the doctor. So if you want to see for the day what came in, obviously you will choose the day you wanted, and you come to deposits. So it will tell you, okay, for cash, credit card, electronic. Linking is what Demi and them do when they do receipt corrections or credit notes and things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so here you would be able to, let's go back and view it on one day. Let's just work on one day.
Yeah, that's 1 month, 3738.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you tick per treating doctor and everything else on the.
Yes, because that's how you're grouping the transactions per treating doctor.
Okay.
So you can take from this. You can now group it further if you would like. Where's the? Let's just open one. Okay. Yes, it's debitor. It's debitor. So you can take the debitor and you can put it next to the drawdown, and now it will group per the person. You see, per person what was done.
Sorry, is that per patient you're talking about?
Yes. So you grouped per treating doctor. So you see here on top, the drawdown is for Dr. Houston.
Yeah.
And then it's further grouped per patient. So Dr. Houston saw Barry on the 3rd, and that's what was done for Barry.
Okay.
Then doctor saw Barry again, and this is what for Stephanie, I guess, and this is what was done on those days for. So,
but why? But hang on, why is it showing those days? If we chose, why is it the 15th of the 7th?
Remember, you have a transaction date and you have a capture date. So that's why if you didn't capture your information on the same day as your transaction, then it will show up like this.
Okay.
That's why there's both.
Okay.
But yeah, so you are able to, you can customize this report the way you see fit, you know.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Then if you go down to the deposits, it shows you, okay, for the 3rd of the 7th month, doctor received credit card payments from so-and-so. Demi did it, and there's your total, but individually, this is what was paid per invoice. You see each invoice numbers here. This is your invoice numbers, and there's your amounts, and at the end it totals your amount. Same for the card payment. So on this date, for this invoice, it was a card payment. Demi processed it for the amount, and that's the total. And the overall total for your day is your two totals combined will give you this amount. So that's how the deposit screen works. This will show you everything. So if you had cash payments, it would list it here as well, individually per invoice and the total.
And how do I know which? Yeah, so the patient name is not on this.
No. So unfortunately, when it comes to the deposit screen, it only gives you these on top. So you would basically have to go back to the desktop, or you would have to go back to your audit trail and see which invoice number. Where would invoice number be? 000. Yeah, so you would have to go through this to see, okay, here at 41. So you know, okay, Jobert paid 600 and some, was it 600? No, Jobert paid 1,300. Just by flipping through, and so you can even group it according to this. If you put this on top, it will now group it according to the document number. So, for example, document 91, whatever happened under that document will show here. And then you can just refer back to the deposits to see, okay, 41 was paid so much. It was paid by Jobert, as an example. And then you can also view your movement summary from here as well. But remember, you're only looking at the 3rd of July, so that's why the amounts look like this. So this is basically an in-depth report that that the GoodX system gives you that you can now customize. So we are on invoice details. So on invoice details, you can see here. So for Dr. Yusen did, where was it? Infection control, dental floss. So here's where it shows you your codes that were billed for that day, the description of the codes you billed, individually how much each code costed, and the total of the overall invoice. Or the total of all the amounts for all the codes that was billed for that day will come out to this, and then you can see, Barry had these 4 codes, 2 dental floss and 2 that word.
That word.
Yeah. So you can see, okay, she did these 4 things, and then this was your VAT. And then the total including that. So it's a much more in-depth report that you're able to customize. So you can take this code and put it on top, and it will now group it per code. So Dr. Yusen billed code 0002. He billed it twice. It was for Berry, and it was a dental floss. Your ICD-10 code shows there. The quantity as well of the amount that you did with its amount, and then this is the total for that. I don't know if it's making sense, Doc.
Yeah, it's just.
So
I think it's killing killing a mosquito with dynamite. This thing. I mean, it's way too complicated. But anyway.
It is, but it's compared to the web reports, the web doesn't give you.
No, the web
type
doesn't
of
give any of this. So
level
this
of
is much
detail.
better. We
Yeah.
just have to customize it to what we want, and I think we can, Bonnie. We can get it. Just how can I save it in a sort of way that we want? In fact, maybe can we try and save it now, just for the basics, Bonnie? Then we can.
I've already done that. I've got one for July. That's
So
the thing I have to run through. You've said
I
need to
remember
check
earlier
information.
we exported the one that you wanted.
Mm.
So you will have to send that back to me so I can see which columns and stuff you kept, and then from there we can create your profile that you will just click on and you will print to grid. So print to grid is basically you telling the system, I don't want to edit this profile, I just want to see what's on it. Then you select your date. Let's go back to the third and third. And then click next. So this by default will you select your practitioner that you want to group it by, or your treating doctor, and then it will pull it automatically for you.
Okay. So what do I give it to you, or how does this work?
You can give it to me. I can set up the profiles for you. It's not a problem. So it's just a matter of clicking on new. You name it. Let's say, for example, we name it like that. So from here, you'll be able to select what you want. So you want it on transaction.
Bonnie, let's do this now quickly, then it's done. So let's do a daily one.
A daily, wrong month. Let's do a daily one. So the only thing is that once the profile is set up, the only thing you have to change
Is the date.
your
Yeah.
date.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And if the profile's set up here, then Demi can access it on her computer, on her desktop thing.
Yeah, and your one.
Yes.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The profile is set up for everybody.
Okay, perfect.
So once your profile is done and you feel okay, you've got your doctor, you want it grouped per doctor, you've got all your ticks that you want, you can just click on Save Profile here at the bottom. Then it will ask you if you want to override. You say yes. So now when it comes up, it will automatically be here. Then you go print to grid. You select your days that you want and click next, and it will generate it for you. The only thing I know that doctor will probably want extra is to have a lot of these columns removed that you feel is unnecessary.
That's what I think I will have to sit and fiddle with next.
So once you've sat with it and you rely and you figure out what columns you want exactly, that's what you can send to me, and then we can take it to our technical team and ask them to customize it further to only show those columns.
Oh, so you can't just delete the columns yourself?
You can't delete it on the report here, but if you export it to your Excel, that's where you
You
can
have to
delete
do
the
it
column.
every time then.
Okay.
So it's
But
maybe
can your software guys delete it?
I'm sure it should be a possibility. I can ask them. I don't have a confirmed answer for you now because I'll be honest, that's the first request that came through where they want where you don't want all the columns. So I've never needed to ask them this question, but I will ask them and confirm once they tell me if they can do it or not. But I'm sure it should be a possibility.
Okay.
And then another thing that's nice about while we are here, I just want to take Doctor through it while we are here, is you've actually got, you can also pull your age analysis. I prefer the age analysis from here because, like I say, it's much more accurate than the desktop. So you want to see your total medical aid patient.
We
can look at the entire age and then click OK. So here you see the green is your medical aid. The blue. Hold on for me 1 second, doctor.
medical aid, I think. It's quite infinite of this. But with our research and
You need a beacon master's degree.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the
Computer
green
science.
is a mixture of both. So it's your patient plus medical aid will give you your green. And then your white is your patient only outstanding, and your
See, we
blue
don't
is
do
your
medical aid at all. So
Yeah, no, you've got on this one 3,900 outstanding for medical aid. So it's something you might want to check if you don't deal with medical aid at all.
yeah,
So here it's for debitor 4241 for
Yes, sir.
Tessa, Miss Tessa. So you can just go back and have a look as to why that amount is in medical aid if you don't deal with medical aid at all.
just give me the number there. 394241.
Yes. So you can go back to the web with this debitor number, and it will show you where this amount is actually laying and why is it showing as medical aid.
Yeah, they must have made a mistake then.
It probably just needs to be moved to the patient so that she's outstanding instead of the medical aid.
Yeah.
But it's 60 days in already, so
60 days.
yeah,
That's enough.
it's 60 days here. And if you go over to the medical aid one, 60 days.
Yeah. Okay.
The data analysis
Hello?
isn't very
But this can't be accurate because
no,
it's.
it won't be accurate, my doctor, because the stuff that we need to check those other things first.
Okay. So what we've discovered is that we've do you know the day that we started GoodX?
Hello?
Hello? Hi. You still there?
Hi, sorry, doctor. I seem to have lost connection there.
Okay, no, I can hear you now.
Okay. Even on the computer, it shows that connection is lost. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, you mean you can't log in yet?
Yeah, it's just saying connection in progress.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So yeah. So outstanding 60 days is this amount on the medical aid side. So this is also a good way to just keep track of your who's outstanding for how many days.
Yeah.
So
No, that's good. We need to do this. The only problem is this is not accurate at all because we've now moved across from GoodX and from
I
Exact.
understand, yes. I understand that. But once it is all reconciled and everything is correct again, this is a good way to see who's outstanding for how long and things like that. And then the last thing I wanted to show, doctor, because I remember Demi said that you guys deal with VAT as well.
Mm.
So VAT reports you can pull under your financial reports.
Okay.
So you can double click on that one. And then here's your VAT report. So you just click on this, edit, you leave it as is, next. So this will give you all your VAT for the dates that you selected, which was the 8th so it's the entire August month. So this is all your VAT you've accumulated between your credit notes and your invoices. Will give you the total amount.
Okay.
So I know with VAT registered, the bookkeepers require this as well. So this is also something that you can export and use as well.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, that's about all you'll use the desktop for, unless there's further things that you need. But yeah, this is my idea of the best reports that you can pull for your business
And
from GoodX.
And the other thing is that so if I do it on the desktop, it's not going to be the same as the web thing.
You see, the web has report features. I'm not gonna lie, it has its report features, but because it's still a work in progress, it's not as detailed and it doesn't give you as much information as the desktop does. We are hoping one day soon that they would have moved everything from the desktop reports onto the web so that we don't need to access the desktop again. But we can't say how long that's going to take. You know what I mean? So that's why we always recommend you guys to go back to the desktop, even if it's just for your reports.
Yeah.
You'll get your most accurate information from the desktop.
Okay. Okay.
100%. So in the event you're unsure how to access your reports and things, Doctor, I have sent a step-by-step list to Bonnie and to Demi. If you follow that step-by-step list, step-by-step you follow it, it will navigate you all the way back into where you need to be, how to export it, and even how to copy it from the desktop to your main computer.
Okay. All right.
Everything you need is under this print option. So with regards to that, I remember Bonnie said earlier as well, when she viewed the transaction, there was, I think, almost 200,000 difference.
Yeah.
And she wasn't sure. So that's because you guys moved from another system to GoodX. That's something that will have to be reconciled. Individually to figure out where that amount is actually laying.
Yeah.
That's also where the age analysis would come into play. But like you said, it's not accurate because you guys just moved over recently. I actually want to show Dr.
Yeah, and the problem is that GoodX didn't take over the opening balances, which wasn't very useful. I mean that.
Yeah,
that's what caused all the problems, because what happened was that Demi or whoever checked if a patient was owing anything and then added it onto GoodX, which means in effect it's doubled up our sales. Because now the sales have gone off exact onto GoodX, and the trial balance is showing now a hectic increase in July, and I wasn't here for 2 weeks.
I hear you, Doctor.
So that's why the opening balance is so important. I mean, I can't believe they couldn't bring it across.
I will actually on my side confirm if they were able to or not. Like I said, I can't give you off the top of my head if that's a possibility, because we don't do, me and my team don't do those things.
Yeah.
We can only give you answers once we've spoken to the team that does those things.
Can you check for me, what was the day that we started using GoodX?
Okay.
Does it show up there somewhere?
Hold on for me 1 second, Doctor. I should be able to give you the day you went live. Can you just hold on for me? Wait. Go live. So you went live on the 18th of the 9th month, 2023.
Yeah, but we didn't actually. Yeah, we went live, but we didn't actually use it.
Yes, I see. You only got your first train. When was it? Your actual training was now on the 1st of May. I mean, on the 10th of May. Sorry.
Yeah, so, but our account was paused from September last year till about, I think it was May this year, but there's a set date that it went live again the second time.
Okay, so on my side, it doesn't give the second time that it went live. It only shows us the first go live date. So I can see the date you signed the contract, the practice analysis, the install check, the day you went live, the onboard.
This is actually on GoodX Clinical. Where's GoodX now?
GoodX Clinical, yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to take notes, clinical notes.
Okay.
And what I'd like to do is if you can do like a macro notes, set of notes that I can just pull up and then populate as I need to. Is that possible?
I'll be honest. I'd be lying if I said it's why is it not difficult to. Let's do this. So. Why did they start giving you your debitors? That's weird.
But you just put someone's name in there, will it not come up?
It's technically it's supposed to. It's supposed to list
All the
them
lists,
all,
yeah, the names, yeah.
But even if you type like what was the name? Gary.
Yeah, it should have come up, but there's something, yeah.
Something's not like that.
Oh, so if they've done a credit note, then this is a retry.
I just want to close all of this.
So if they should be a return, there should be a return, a goods return note. You know how they normally, but it says was credited prior to replacement. If it's gone back, come back, it was failed credited, then this still has to be paid. And the same I would think here. Oh, you even have a record of that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to take this long.
Yeah, so this is what happens all the time with my thing, yeah.
I just want to screenshot this as well on my side just so they can see. Okay, so I have taken a screenshot of this just to show how long it's taking.
Because I don't know about consignment. Are you finished, my dog? Are you still busy?
I was going to show him the, pause this.